people. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. I am tired to say it. Whenever you're in any sort of relationship, make sure that you do a background check, you vet your partner. Make sure that you are compatible. Make sure that you stand for the same values. Make sure that this person is not insecure. Make sure, most importantly, that this person is not vindictive. That means that whenever everything is okie-dory, everything is good. However, whenever there's any sort of trouble in paradise, that person starts to carry belly. That person starts to carry feeling. That person is going out for BLOOD and want to expose whatever private issues you and that person had. I am speaking about a video that has been making its round on social media. In this video, there were two individuals, man and woman. Apparently, they were having sex in some sorts of public transportation. I would later to find out that it is in a JUTC bus. The lady that works at the JUTC is a driver, apparently on her break, or she picked up her boyfriend and they were having sex during her break. The boyfriend was actually videotaping people. Sometimes people want to spice up the things, so therefore they want recording. They want a catalog. They want some sorts of stuff that they can rewind and play and get their fix or whatever it is. However, people, it seems as if since that video, there has been trouble in paradise, and this man now exposed or released the video. Now there's a saying that goes something like this: hell hath no wrath like a woman scorned. I think that saying should be amended to add, hell hath no wrath like a BITCHNIGGA, that is scorned. Because some of these men, them act worse than the women. Some of them act as if them have some sorts of feminine feelings. Now, people, here's the thing. When I first got this video, I said to myself, I could not understand what was going on. Usually, I am not the type of person that watch any sorts of porn. However, sometimes you're kind of curious. You want to know where I go on, who is doing what, any sorts of controversial stuff that is happening on social media, in the news, in the real life. So therefore, I look on this video. When we start watch the video, it was kind of boring. I could not say exactly what was going on because I heard a man and it sounded like the man scream more than the lady, which I thought was rather weird. Usually it is the other way, but people have all sorts of weird fetish. Maybe he might feel what she feel and he wanted to express his emotion. But mostly, me deleted it. Couple of persons sent it to me because I thought it was boring. Me deleted. However, when I got the details of exactly what took place, I said to myself, but this kind of sound interesting. Not the actual video of them having sex, but the whole thing, the whole situation. So people, I am going to let you take a look to what the professional journalists from CVM or one of those television stations has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
The Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC has launched an investigation making the rounds on social media, allegedly showing a JUTC bus driver and another person having sex. It's alleged that the individual is a female driver seen in her work uniform on the steps of the bus having sexually engaged with her boyfriend, who she picked up while on her lunch break. It's further alleged that her boyfriend leaked the video to social media weeks after they separated. On Monday, when our news team made contact with the managing director of JUTC, Paul Abrahams, for a comment on the matter, he declined to comment. In the meantime, JOTC's corporate communications manager Cecil Toms, in a statement, says, quote, "We wish to be unequivocal that as a company, we do not condone lewd and lascivious behavior at the workplace or on our units. We take this matter seriously and will investigate fully and fairly," end quote. It's unclear as to which location the video was recorded. Meantime, Jamaicans are being reminded that it is an offense if it is found that a person, whether by accident or malice, shared obscene or humiliating content from a device intend to harm or embarrass another. Under Section 9 of the Cybercrimes Act of 2015, anyone who seeks to violate another's privacy in that regard could face time of up to 4 years or fined up to $4 million.
Now, people, here's the thing. Even though it is inappropriate to be caught on your job in a JOTC bus, a jack it up and a cock it up, we understand sometimes people in a relationship, them just want to spice it up. So this lady, even though it was inappropriate, she had good intentions for her boyfriend. She picked him up in the government bus during her break, which was wrong. And then she made him videotape it. It was this same man that videotaped it, meaning our ex, that after them break up, he decided to leak the video. Now, people, the truth, yes, it is some sort of shame upon the JOTC, because nobody, no company want to hear themselves getting a black eye because of some employees' inappropriate action or send out any sorts of PORN in a social media, in a real life. So pretty much the JUTC, which is broke, and now people do all sorts of inappropriate things, them pretty much get FUCK. However, what a whole lot of persons don't realize, or even if they do, they don't care. You cannot be sharing videos, personal things with you and your partner. Whenever you get in your feelings, you start carry belly, you start act like a little bitch, and you put this out on social media. It is a cyber crime that is punishable by 4 years in the big yard, or even $4 million worth of fine. So therefore, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Do not violate persons' privacy, persons' rights, because you want to be vindictive. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called "There Are Always 3 Sides to Every Story." His side, her side, and the truth. Yesterday I spoke about an incident that involved a constable, David Phillips. A complainant, also Mr. David Phillips. Second complainant, Shania Montague. And then Amanda lost his life. He is said to be a cabman, a taximan. His name is Mr. Stephen Powell. I spoke about a story in which the constable and the new girlfriend and the man that is deceased, the old boyfriend of the girl, they claim that they were home inside a 2-bedroom dwelling when somebody, meaning the man, the deceased, Mr. Stephen Powell, cabby, came on the veranda. Him a lick down the window, him a lick down the door, and then him crawl through the window and then rush the girl, the lady, Shania, with some sorts of knife. The poor wheel and pop off him Glock 17 and give him about 9 pieces in the upper body. He was rushed to the KPH Kingston Public Hospital then. Based on what the popo said, his account of the situation, while the man was trying to beat down the door, beat down the window, him called the popo, made a report. It was only after the man entered the premises through the window that him and rushed the lady with some sort of ratchet knife. That was when he discharged a couple of rounds. Well, 9 actually. More than a couple. Now people, when me listen to that story, I said to myself, then hold on a minute. Which popo in a Jamaica was so trigger happy I go hear somebody on the veranda, and then that person I lick down the door, I lick down the window. That person actually crawl into the premises, the dwelling, and then rush the lady with some sorts of ratchet knife. May I say 2 and 2, and I make 4, it I make 22, it I make 222, it I make 2,222, it no make none at all. It was not rational thinking. Since then, yesterday, there's been a whole bunch of backlash on social media, and people are said to the lady, Shania, you need to talk the truth. You need to tell the people them exactly what is going on. You need to make them know, say, apparently, this man is your ex, Stephen Powell, Cabby. However, it seems as if you are still giving the ex some sex. It seems as if you and the ex was caught in compromising Popo position, and then the Popo come home and realize and pretty much took the law into his own hands. That makes more sense. That is more rational thinking. Because people like me say, which man I gonna know say a lady there with some sorts of Popo, even if it's he or she is his ex. Him a go knock on the door, knock on the window of a Popo and know say that Popo is armed with a Glock 17 with extender clip or extension clip or added clip. That makes absolutely no sorts of sense. So when we are hearing a other side, a other account, the flip side of the story, remember these are the same sorts of Popo that are known for giving bun. The same sorts of Popo, several incidents, the most recent incident, the youth called Jaja that went to his girlfriend's bar that she works, buck up in the Popo that was there drinking, taking away him woman. Him a talk to him woman and a drag him woman by the hand. And it was the same Popo that wheel off and pop off couple corn in the youth named Jaja. So people, them have a history of doing stuff like this. However, like them say, thief don't like to see thieves with long bag. So therefore, whenever the same thing is happening to them, then them get in them feelings and want to KILL people over the pumps. So people, me just say, this is more rational. It makes more sorts of sense that the man was there with the Popo girlfriend, him come in and catch them in a compromising position and decides him going to put a couple of rounds. And then the girl half a back his story, or else she might end up in the afterlife just like Mr. Powell. So therefore, we cannot just swallow everything that we hear. We cannot just take everything for face value. Remember, importantly, there are always 2 to 3 sides of the story. The Popo and him girlfriend and this youth, however, DEAD man tells no sorts of tale. What we need to find out is the truth. And we see that they've been getting a whole bunch of backlash on social media. People are saying this girl, Shania, needs to tell the truth and expose exactly what went down in that house. That this youth, even though he was cheating with her, he is her ex. He did not deserve to lose his life in such a way. He did not break into any sorts of house. He did not rush anybody with any sorts of 5 or 7 star ratchet. It is all a lie to cover his track by this Popo. I am speaking about Constable David Phillips. More than likely, this is MURDER instead of being some sorts of self-defense, point blank and period. Further on in the news, just an update about a case that occurred in a Trelawney at the church, in which banker Andrea Lowe Garwood, she was conned up a couple of times in the church. That incident occurred maybe about 2 years or so. Since then, they had 3 persons in custody. Her son-in-law, Javan Garwood, stepson, also the driver, Leon Hines, and even Wassara, the white Prince Bingham, who is said to have been the triggerman. The triggerman was supposed to testify against the stepson. However, he refused, and then the stepson walked scot-free out of court. No sorts of time, none at all. When that happened, the DPP vowed that, listen, I am going to get the full extent or make sure this man, Mr. Dwight Prince Bingham, gets the fullest extent of the law for pretty much crossing the prosecution, having no sorts of conscience, and make the man that orchestrated everything walk scot-free. People, the DPP kept her word as Mr. Bingham was sentenced to 45 years, actually reduced to 42 years. He got credit for the time that he has been locked up. He also received an additional 22 years for the toll and also the armor. However, those times are going to run concurrent. He is going to be eligible for parole no sooner than 30 years after the time or the date that he is sentenced. So therefore, for all of you aspiring criminals out there that want to take up hitman job, be very mindful that the tables can turn. It is said that he was actually in the church at that day when Mrs. Andrea Lowe Garwood was there during the ceremony. He was sitting behind her. Him then discharged 4 rounds into her. However, when he ran, he dropped his telephone, his cell phone. That was also used to convict him. So people, 3 people got arrested. Javon Garwood, he is scot-free. The driver who assisted, cooperated with the system, he got 6 years. His name is Mr. Leon Hines. Mr. Dwight Prince Bingham, who is the trigger man, he got most of the time. 45 piece, eligible after 30 years. So for all of you aspiring criminals out there that want to take away people, remember the tables can turn. Remember there's a thing that is called karma. Karma will always catch up to you. Point blank and period. So anyways people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.